Top of the hour, let's begin with a lot of action that has been playing out in Chennai since late last night, with the Enforcement Directorate arresting the Tamil Nadu Electricity Minister V. Senthil Balaji in a money laundering case on Wednesday early morning. The arrest came after an 18-hour-long questioning of Senthil Balaji's residence in Chennai, and following the questioning at around 2 a.m. on Wednesday, Senthil Balaji was taken in a car for a medical checkup at a government multi-super specialty hospital in Chennai. The ED had launched searches at locations linked to Balaji at Chennai, Karur and Erode on Tuesday as part of the ongoing investigation into the money laundering case. The action came months also after the Supreme Court allowed the police and the ED probe into an alleged cash for job scam against the DMK strongmen. Last month only, when it comes to the Income Tax Department too, had conducted searches on people who were said to be close to Balaji in the state. A bench of the Supreme Court on the 16th of May had refused to discharge Tamil Nadu Electricity Minister Senthil Balaji in the cash for job scam case and had set aside the 2022 Madras High Court order for a fresh investigation against the minister and others in the case. All right, in the meantime, let's quickly go across to Dharani and Bhavtosh for a better understanding of the case. Dharani, just quickly sum up exactly how the late night drama played out. And today we are told that there have been additional deployment of forces that have also been done because there are a lot of supporters there standing outside the hospital.
Senthil Balaji was arrested by the Enforcement Directorate around 2 a.m. in the midnight. So this is in relation to a cash for a job, a scam that took place in the ADMK regime between 2011 and 2016. So now, Senthil Balaji is not part of ADMK. He's part of the DMK government now. He's holding two important portfolios. One is the Power Ministry and the other is the Excise Department. So he's a very influential minister. He's considered to be very close to the DMK's first family too. In fact, as soon as the information about the arrest came out, Senthil Balaji complained of chest pain and he got admitted in Omundurar Government Hospital here in Chennai. In fact, as I'm talking, I'm standing in front of the Omundurar Government Hospital, and this is the hospital where Senthil Balaji is being treated. The doctors are yet to put out an official word about his health condition. We are expecting an official press release from the hospital about his health condition around 10 a.m. But for the moment, he is being treated for chest pain and unease in the health. So only after his health condition becomes normal, the ED will be able to take him and produce him in front of a magistrate, is what we are given to understand. So in fact, yesterday around 2:30 a.m. in the midnight, Senthil Balaji, as he was being brought outside by the Enforcement Directorate officials, he shouted in pain. He told that his chest is completely paining and that he is not able to bear the pain. So after that, the ED officials took him straight to this hospital. Until now, the treatment is currently underway, and the hospital is yet to officially put out a word. So
right.
Only after we get to have a clear picture of his health condition, we'll be able to tell what the further course of action in this case is going to be. But definitely, this is turning out to be a political war of words between the DMK and the BJP here. The DMK is calling this political vendetta. They are
well,
telling
we'll of course talk about the political aspect to it. Let's just stick to the case for the time being. We also have Bhavtosh with us. Dharani, please to stay on with us, because Bhavtosh, the case against Senthil Balaji also pertains to several of those allegations when he was the transport minister during the AIA DMK-led government from 2011 to 2015 before he switched side. Can you give us the details on that?
Yes, Amrita. In fact, adding to what Dharani has said, the LS scam, job scam that had taken place, the period is between 2011 2015, and there was always reluctance on the part of the Tamil Nadu police to pursue this case, given the fact that
Bhavtosh, interrupting you, please to stay on with us. Mr. Saravanan of the DMK is with us right now. Mr. Saravanan, can you tell us exactly what all has happened since last night? We are still awaiting as far as on part of your party's official statement on the arrest of Senthil Balaji, sir.
Yeah, I think this is blatant misuse of the power. The BJP government is misusing ED to target political opponents, politically vindictive action by the ED. This happened in the year 2015. What business does the ED officials have to enter the secretariat? You think Mr. Senthil Balaji is going to have all the money, documents, everything put into the 2015 transaction in the secretariat? This is being done to undermine the sovereignty of the state of Tamil Nadu. People's will. People have elected the DMK government, and the union government is sending their minions to ensure that the functioning of the government is interfered with. this happens especially in the opposition ruled states. Karnataka BJP, there were so many allegations of corruption. Where did the ED go? Did it take any action against any of the BJP members there, BJP ministers there? We saw bundles and bundles of currency notes. What happened to them? Did the ED investigate all that? It did not. So they're selectively targeting, and the entire opposition is with the DMK. Mr. Mallikarjuna Kharge, Madam Mamata Banerjee, Mr. Sharad Pawar, all of them have condemned yesterday's ED raids.
But Mr. Saravanan, what about the Supreme Court, sir? Totally last month had granted the state police also 2 months' time to complete the investigation and to submit the final report, and also directed the Enforcement Directorate to continue with its probe under the charges of the Prevention of Money Laundering Act, sir. This is the Supreme Court that we are talking about.
No problem. But why this midnight arrest? Is he going to flee? Is he Mehul Choksi or Nirav Modi? Is he going to flee the country? He's a minister within the state government, in the state government. See, look at the violation of the human rights. From yesterday morning, they have held him captive, and at night 3 o'clock, they're taking him to arrest. They're not even allowed him to sleep. Is this the kind of treatment given to a minister? Then how will ordinary citizens be treated? How will they treat? How will the ED will treat the others? Should they not have a minimum respect for human rights? If someone's issued tomorrow, he's going to appear. What is the necessity to arrest him in the middle of the night? Is this emergency?
But also, isn't he a DMK strongman now? Of course, the charges that have been leveled against him in the investigation that has been taking place when he was the transport minister during the previous AIA DMK government. Had he still been part of the AIA DMK, sir, today will you be raising the same questions when it comes to humanitarian grounds?
See, humanitarian grounds apply irrespective of political affiliation. We are a signatory to Universal Declaration of Human Rights, and we are all the UN covenants on human rights. And the Supreme Court has time and again maintained how arrests should be made, not in the midnight. That's what the only question is this. Is he going to destroy evidence which for the offense that happened in 2015? Why is this midnight arrest necessary? See, the midnight arrest is being made to make a spectacle out of this, because Mr. Amit Shah was challenged by the Chief Minister. The Chief Minister of Tamil Nadu asked Mr. Amit Shah, what have you done for the state of Tamil Nadu? Mr. Amit Shah has a fragile ego. He sends the ED to arrest just because questions were asked against him.
All right. So you're claiming political vendetta and a witch hunt there. Thank you very much, Mr. Saravanan, for joining us here on the broadcast. So the first reaction coming in from the DMK spokesperson, as you can see on your screens, there has been additional deployment that has already been done of the police there. RAF has also been pressed into action. And we're looking at some of the leaders also coming out and say that this is a political vendetta that has now taken place, as even officially the DMK has not been informed of the official arrest of Senthil Balaji. Dharani, live pictures coming in, if you can take us through them, who all are coming at the hospital now?
Just moments back, Tamil Nadu's Education Minister Anbil Magesh Puyamuli entered the hospital premise. So before Anbil Magesh, several ministers, including Udayanidhi Stalin, K.N. Nehru, E.V. Velu, Raghupati, and others, they also came to the hospital. In fact, Tamil Nadu's Hindu Religious and Endowment Minister Shekhar Babu, he also met Senthil Balaji in the hospital. So almost 6 to 7 ministers, they have come to the hospital so far, and they are trying to meet Senthil Balaji in person. In fact, after his meeting, Minister Shekhar Babu, he came out and he held a press conference where he told that Senthil Balaji is unconscious, and that despite calling his name several times, Senthil Balaji was not opening his eyes, and that there is an injury near his ears. So he is alleging harassment from the hands of the ED, and not only Shekhar Babu, all the ministers who are visiting Senthil Balaji, they are coming down the hospital and they are talking to the press, and while talking to the press, they are alleging harassment from the hands of the ED. They are telling that Senthil Balaji has been both physically and mentally harassed, and Shekhar Babu went to the extent of pointing out the injuries. He is telling that Senthil Balaji's ears, one of the ears is being injured, is what he is telling. So definitely currently the DMK is telling, that the ED has not gone soft with their minister and that mental harassment has taken place, and this cannot be completely acceptable is what the DMK is telling. And they are also pointing out human rights violations. So they are telling that since yesterday morning for almost 18 hours, Senthil Balaji was continuously questioned and raided by the Enforcement Directorate, and a midnight arrest has also taken place. So where is humanity? What will this person eat? What will
Right, we just heard that reaction from the DMK's Mr. Saravanan there, as they are questioning as far as on humanitarian grounds, or if law is also applicable on the way that their minister has been treated by the Enforcement Directorate. Bhavtosh, as far as the investigation is ongoing, because here we are talking about a sitting minister, and also when it comes to the recruitment for the post of several, when it comes to crew drivers, conductors, junior tradesmen, and many of them when he was the minister back in November 2014. Now let's also talk about and break down the details exactly why the Supreme Court had allowed, especially when it comes to the police and also the Enforcement Directorate, to continue with their probe on Senthil Balaji and others in the job scam case. Can you give us the details on that, Bhavtosh, exactly when it comes to the go-ahead that was given by the Supreme Court?
Well, it's not that Enforcement Directorate has done something illegal. There was a lot of to and fro between Madras High Court and Supreme Court. Remember, it was the order that was given in September, in the May of this month. That's around a month back. That virtually paves the way for the Enforcement Directorate to carry out its investigation, though opposition as well as DMK can say that the arrest is illegal. It was in fact in September 2022 that Supreme Court had said that investigation can continue against Senthil Balaji. But in October 2022, there was an order that was given by the Madras High Court, which virtually nullified the order that was given a month earlier by the Supreme Court. Now, it was when both sides approached the Supreme Court again, it was the order that was given a month back that allowed the Enforcement Directorate to carry out its investigation. Remember, Amita, the Enforcement Directorate is a secondary agency. On its own, it cannot carry out any investigation. They were relying on the FIRs that were filed by the Tamil Nadu police. Now, the FIRs that have been filed in this case goes back to 2011, and the Enforcement Directorate had said that they were looking for the case details and case files. Those case files and case records were not being given. The charge sheets were not being given to the Enforcement Directorate, and the Supreme Court order that was given by a bench of Justice Ram Subramanian made it very clear that Enforcement Directorate can carry out its investigation, and there is nothing illegal on the part of a federal probe agency to carry out this further investigation.
Well, we have accessed that order copy as far as on the Supreme Court here is concerned. If you can quickly sum up for our viewers, Shivya.
Yes, so quickly have a look as to what exactly the Supreme Court said in this matter when it granted the ED to investigate the matter. It says that all the three FIRs allege that the accused herein had committed offences, including in the schedule by taking illegal gratification for providing appointment to several persons in the Public Transport Corporation. In one case, it is alleged that a sum of more than rupees 2 crores had been collected. It is this bribe money that constitutes the proceeds of crime within the meaning of Section 21U, and it is no rocket science to know that a public servant receiving illegal gratification is in the possession of proceeds of crime. The argument that the mere generation of proceeds of crime is not sufficient to constitute the offence of money laundering is actually preposterous. So clearly, Supreme Court also citing as to what exactly has been said in the FIR and hinting that this entire case need an investigation by the ED.
Right. So the court's observations has been that once a piece of information relating to the acquisition of huge amount of illegal gratification in the matter of public employment has come to the public domain, it is the duty of the Enforcement Directorate to register an information report. Shivya, thank you very much. Dharani, please do stay on with us. We'll just